What's going on, Giants fans? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And we got preseason week 2 game going against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm gonna give us a little bit what I want to see from us in the preseason in week 2. We're gonna talk about a little bit about Joe Burrow and Daniel Jones. So let's get into it. Tune in. Let's go. Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk. If you're a Giants fan, where else would you want to be but with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk talking about the New York Giants? Let's get into it. Preseason week 2 coming up. We're facing the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe Joe Burrow will be playing in that game. I believe their first offense won't be playing much in that game, period. But I just want to talk about the whole situation as far as the offense and what I expect to see in this preseason game and what I want to happen in this preseason game. First foremost, I want to see Daniel Jones be efficient and be very, very accurate in this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. If the starters play the first drive, I believe they will play the first drive. We may see, because we have so many injuries along the offensive line, so they may sit Daniel Jones and let Tyrod Taylor play probably the first half, let Davis Webb play the second half. But if they do, I do want to see Andrew Thomas in action a little bit. He may not play. Looking forward to see what Evan Neal does, see if he's progressing. See if Saquon Barkley get a couple of carries. We will see. But I just want to see this offense be efficient, period. And I'm looking forward to see if Colin Johnson can build on his good game against the Patriots. Let's see if he can put up another 70 or 80 yards this game and confirm what a lot of people are thinking right now. I'm just looking forward to see what this kid can do. I really believe that he should be on this roster, and he should actually get a starting roster spot. But we have to see. It was only one preseason game. Shout out to Illa. He mentioned that, and we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see exactly what this kid is about, and I can't wait to see him. I want to see what Jashawn Corbin and Williams do at the running back position as well. That now that unfortunately Gary Brightwell has an injury, he won't be playing this week, and Saquon Barkley is not going to get that many carries, and Breida is not getting that many carries. I think Breida's not even going to play. He's been practicing, but I believe he won't play again this week. That running back position, we got 3 guys really fighting for probably one spot, and Antonio Williams, Jashawn Corbin, and Gary Brightwell. Now that Hall has been released, the fullback, we may have 2 spots open. So these guys are really going to have to show up, and they're going to give their best. And I want to see these guys get some carries and see who can be that third back on this team, because we're going to need that third back to play well on special teams, as well as spell Saquon Barkley or Breida if somebody gets hurt. We're going to need that third running back. The third running back position is crucial. Remember, we had Earth, Wind, and Fire. all three backs almost got 1,000 yards in 1 year. So there's carries to go around. So let's see exactly what they do. Another thing that I want to see if this man plays is Kenny Galladay. I want to see if Kenny Galladay is going to shake back from, he's had a tumultuous offseason, I believe. I said that on the Big Blue Lounge last night. Go check that out and see exactly what I have to say about Kenny Galladay. But I believe that he's going through an offseason that he wasn't prepared to go through. It's not going as well as he thought it would go. But he's had a couple of good practice the day before, and today he was getting worked on a little bit. But I want to see Kenny Galladay, see if he starts running his routes with conviction, start running his routes like he's an NFL receiver again. Just want to see what he does. The defensive wise, I want to see Wink Martindale do the same thing. Put these guys in those blitz situations and see who you can send on the blitz in the regular season. If Ojulari gets on the field with Kayvon Thibodeau, I want to see how that duo does. Even if it's against the second team, I want them to dominate. I want to see exactly what this tandem can bring to this team. I think this tandem can be one of the best in the league. If not this year, definitely next year after they gel. I expect this defense to be very good coming around week 5 to week 6. I want them to start being dominant and start shutting these teams down and imposing their will on these other teams. But we're going to get to the Daniel Jones thing right here. And this guy, it's been a huge subject to talk about in the Giants community basically the whole off season. And a lot of people mentioned that if we had the other guy that's on the other side of Daniel Jones in the picture, Mr. Joe Burrow, that we would have been a way better team or a playoff team. Now, unfortunately, I can't get any film on Joe Burrow because the NFL Plus doesn't allow you to get the coach's film from last year's games. But Joe Burrow does a lot of things. He does a lot of things well, and yes, he is the better quarterback. There's no question Joe Burrow's a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. As of now, he shows way more instincts. I think he has a better arm, and I think he just has better command of his team because he's been allowed to. He's had consistency his couple of years in the league. His playmakers are healthy. So, yes, Joe Burrow's one hell of a quarterback, and I think he's going to be good for a long time. But let's not act like he could have came and saved this franchise because, like I say, answer the question that I answered. What quarterback could have came here and had way better success with the circumstances that happened? Three offensive coordinators in 4 years. 3 coaches. Worst offensive line the past 3 years. Targets are always hurt. People dropping balls. Worst offensive scheme. And it's not even close. It's the worst offensive scheme. Joe Judge is going to the Patriots, and it hasn't gotten any better. They have concerns now. So, Saquon Barkley always hurt. So, it's a lot of things that go into Daniel Jones' development that hasn't been in his favor. But on the flip side, this is his last year. He has to show that he can be the quarterback, and he's going to have a great season, not a good season, a great season in order to be the quarterback for the New York Giants moving forward. Because Brian Daboll and Joe Shane have no ties to any of these guys on this roster, and they deserve to have the guy that they want behind the helm at quarterback. So if they feel that Daniel Jones is just not it, he won't be here next year. And a lot of fans will cheer. But with full access, I always bring you a couple of a video or two about a subject in hand. We're going to listen to what ESPN has to say about Joe Burrow going into this season. So let's head over to the media room. I'll meet you guys there. Let's look at a video.
A lot of conversations with people in Cincy about Joe Burrow's health collectively. And first of all, mentally, he's in a really good place because every day he's getting better. He's in the weight room. He's participating in 7-on-7s. You see him participating in team drills there. This is a really big step. But if we want to talk about concern, the concern is really the physical part, him actually taking hits, right? Because think about it logically, what he's dealing with internally. As he continues to recover, that's a sensitive area. So that's really going to be the next big challenge for Joe and that offensive line, A, protecting him, but B, making sure that that area is protected so it doesn't become an issue once again.
All right, so Jeff, coming to you on the scale again. Scale of 1 to 10. How concerned are we about Burrow?
0, baby, 0.
I actually agree with him. I have zero concern about Joe Burrow's health going into the Bengals season. Look, Joe Burrow's one tough guy, and it's just an appendix surgery. You know, the media likes to hype up things and make things way more than what they are. I mean, just be honest and serious that Joe Burrow is going to be fine this year as long as that offensive line protects him. He has Joe Mixon, he has Jamar Chase, he has Tyler Boyd, he has T. Higgins. They have weapons upon weapons upon weapons upon weapons out there in Cincinnati, and it's a known fact that this is a good team. As long as that defense holds up, Joe Burrow and those guys are going to get victories for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I say it here, Joe Burrow's a very good quarterback. There's no question about it. And should the Bengals be concerned at all? Not really, not in my case, but if you had to put a little bit of concern on what I say a 2 about his appendix, I mean, I'm not worried about that. That guy's a great well, I'm not going to say great. He's a good quarterback, going to be great. So I'm not that concerned about Joe Burrow.
Let's get off the scale the other way. This literally is one of the toughest physically and mentally players that I have seen. This guy, I mean, let's think about it. He comes off an ACL.
I can agree with that.
And gets sacked dang near 80 times and still takes his team to the Super Bowl, which none of us thought he could do. He'll have 3 weeks now of preparation without getting hit. To Diana's point, I understand when the games get, but they've revamped this offensive line. Talk about extra pressure. Not only do you got to protect him, now you're worried about his appendix or his side or whatever that is, now that that's gone. But this guy is mentally tough, physically tough. I got no fear for him or concern.
Let the record show I've now asked Jeff for a scale of 1 to 10 twice today, and neither time did he give me a number between 1 and 10, but that's neither here nor there. Chris, I mean, are we worried about the Bengals?
Yeah, I'm worried a little bit, G, because they play in.
Shout out to Chris Canty. Helped us to get a championship in 2011. Not Chris Canty, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, it was Chris Canty, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
AFC North, and you're talking about them having the 3rd toughest strength of schedule this upcoming season. But what the Bengals have going in their favor is that rebuilt offensive line. Bringing over Lyle Collins, Ted Karras, and Alex Kappa. That should improve the efficiency of the passing game, and that is a scary proposition when you think about the Bengals' wide receivers, and you think about the fact that they had more completions of 50 yards or more than any team in the National Football League. If Joe Burrow can get himself ready for the season in this truncated timetable, you could be looking at the most explosive offense in the National Football League.
Interestingly, you see on your screen there, right now the Ravens.
Now, right now in the AFC North, they have the Baltimore Ravens actually the favorite to win the division. So that's more props to Lamar Jackson, because all the Lamar Jackson hate that's been happening this season, they actually have Baltimore favorite to win the division. That just proves the media is crazy, man. The media is just going to say anything to get people to view. You know, you guys have to stop watching what this media says all the dang time, man. This media is going to say things to get people hyped up. Lamar Jackson deserves his money, and if Baltimore doesn't sign him, they're absolutely crazy. Hopefully he can be a Giant if you don't want to sign him. But that's a whole nother subject for another day. But as far as the Cincinnati Bengals, with Joe Burrow, should they be concerned? I mean, you always have to have a little bit of concern when it comes to injuries. Joe Burrow does have a hefty injury history. In his rookie towards ACL. Now he has the appendix surgery. He won't be able to get any reps during the preseason. They expect him not to play at all during the preseason. So you have to worry about if he's going to be able to get away from those hits. I mean, not get away from those hits because he could do that, but take those hits that sometimes Joe Burrow's going to get hard. And then you got to face Cleveland's defense, which is very good. Pittsburgh's defense, that's very, very good. And Baltimore's defense is still going to be very good, even though Wink has left. That defense has the mindset of being good, and he has to face those guys 2 times each. And as you've seen on the screen, they have the third toughest schedule in the league this year. So we're going to see what Mr. Joe Burrow is about this year. I still think the Bengals have a very good record, and I still think they find their way in the playoffs this year. I'm going to say that until they're not in the playoffs. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be in the playoffs. They upgraded their offensive line. Joe Burrow's still there. Those weapons are still there. The coach is still there. The culture's still there. And they're coming off a Super Bowl loss to the Rams. Now, a lot of these teams do have Super Bowl hangovers after a loss, and they do bad the next season. So let's see if that happens to the Cincinnati Bengals this year. But as far as Joe Burrow being a concern for the Bengals, you guys should have absolutely no concern about that offense at the very least. No concern about that offense. Maybe the secondary of your team might need to have a little bit of concern, but not the offense. But let's get back into the main studio and let's finish up this video. All right, welcome back to Big Pat Sports Talk Studios. I want to see, as far as the Giants this preseason game, I want to see how they overcome adversity. We've had 6 offensive linemen injured. We've had frustrations. We've had the Kenny Galladay saga. You know, the Daniel Jones saga is going to happen until either Daniel Jones balls out or he's released. You got the Tyrod Taylor people, one saying Tyrod Taylor is better. You just have the negative energy around the Giants right now. But I want to see how this team bounces back. I want to see if Richie James is that guy that we think he is. I want to see if Colin Johnson is that guy that we think he is, that can go out there and make plays in live action. I don't care if it's against second stringers or whatever. Confidence is a mug. You can go out there, you gain confidence against second stringers and wind up balling against the first stringers. But let's see if we can overcome the injuries this year. Like I said, we have a long laundry list of injuries. We have prime people not playing, like Kadarius Toney, Leo Williams, Jahad Ward is out now. We've had 6 offensive linemen go down. So we basically going to be playing with our 3rd and 4th string linemen this game. So I doubt if he keeps Daniel Jones in there too many drives to where he can get hit or get hurt. Andrew Thomas, as you know, he's been dealing with some ankle issues, but he's pretty much healthy. We got Ojulari back, and thank goodness Kayvon Thibodeau hasn't had an injury scare. But I'm looking to see what Michael McFadden, can he build off that first preseason game? Can Darren Beavers prove that he's the starter over Tate Crowder? That's the thing that we need to see too. Who's going to be out there first? Is it going to be Beavers or is it going to be Tate Crowder? Aaron Robinson, can you bounce back after having a lackluster first game? Even though I think people are going overboard with the criticism, but we'll see exactly what he has going on after that first game. The defense, the DBs, period. Can the new DBs that we brought in, because you see these guys are not playing. Those 2 DBs that were getting toasted the whole first preseason game we were watching, they're gone. They got rid of them. So hopefully Cordell Flott can get healthy to where he can play in a couple of preseason games before the regular season starts. Darnay Holmes, let's see if he gets some snaps and see how good he looks out there. We may have to put Darnay Holmes on the outside if Aaron Robinson proves that he can't handle it. But I'm looking forward to seeing this defense for sure. This preseason game going against the Bengals, it's going to be a good test for those guys. And if Daniel Jones does play a drive or 2, I just want to see efficiency, and I want him to be decisive. And I want to see what this offensive line can do with our backups. Are our backups trash, or our backups half decent to where, hey, if we do have some injuries like we have, can we depend on these guys to come in and give us some good minutes and give us some good reps and good games? Because if they can't give us a good game, we're in serious trouble with our offensive line. Shane Lemieux probably won't be back until week 1. They're saying that he may go into the regular season and miss a game or 2. Hopefully that's not the case, because he's had a great camp and he's bounced back tremendously. Azudu, let's see if he can actually get healthy and get some good reps, because we're going to need him. I believe he's going to be the primary backup, whether it's left tackle, left guard, or right tackle. Unfortunately, that's a heavy plate to put on the rookie, but somebody got to do it. So step up. Garcia, can you come in and give us some good, give us a good game at center? you're going to be starting at center because we've lost, 3 centers, so you're the 4th guy. Right tackles after Evan and Bakita, you're going to get some minutes this week because we have no offensive linemen, so we're going to get a good chance to see Bakita. Let's see what the kid has. And just overall, the running back competition is going to be very good this preseason. Unfortunately, we're probably going to lose a good back or two in Jashawn Corbin, Antonio Williams, or Gary Brightwell. Unfortunately for Brightwell, he's missing the game, so he's missing good reps. So if these guys shine, he might be number 1 when it comes to third running back. But if those running backs shine today, he might drop down to number 3 and have to restart week 3. So being healthy is very important when you're trying to make a team. So guys, let's get healthy and let's get pumped for preseason week 2 Sunday night right here on Big Pat Sports Talk. You know we're gonna call the game, and you know me, Joe, Lou, we're gonna talk our talk no matter what you thought. So tune in Sunday, week 2 preseason, Daniel Jones versus Cincinnati Bengals minus Joe Burrow. We'll see what's going on, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you're looking forward to in this preseason game coming up on Sunday. And until the next episode, you know what it is, man. Peace.
This has been a Big Blue Crew production.